Okay, but so the Welcome to the Party video shoot was what was that experience like? Because we'll get to it in a second, but there's like a super viral clip of you wilding out after the video shoot. But was there anything in particular about? Because you shot that video like right in Canarsie, like at all the local spots that you guys be at and shit, right?
Welcome to the party. That shit was in the hood, but the first day, like that was a couple day shoot. You feel me? The first day we did that shit in Long Island, and then that shit was crazy. It was like a Project X vibe, like. Whatever you could imagine, that's what that shit I did. So it was crazy. And then my dumb ass, like, you feel me? I was just drunk. I was high. And then I got into the argument with the police. And then they fucking, like, he was just giving me mad racist remarks and shit. And I wasn't going for that. So then niggas ran up on me, pepper sprayed me. I tried to run.
You did the mad dash. I actually thought you were getting out of there. You were going fast as fuck.
I got out of there. But I ended up running past the house that we just came out of, and it was already officers there. So when I ran past the house, the other officer just tackled me. Boom, tackled me, punched me a couple of times. Like, where you going?
I was watching that like, where the fuck is he gonna go? Like in Long Island.
Yo,
like,
listen, we was in Long Island. I was gonna run all the way back to Canarsie.
I was thinking, just camp out somewhere and you could get an Uber. It's gonna be an expensive ass Uber, but you could probably pull it off, right?
But I wasn't even thinking. I was just trying to get away. I'm like, yo, these niggas.
All right.
Crazy.
So like, did people start tapping in pretty early on in terms of like fucking bigger artists and stuff? Like we obviously see like a million bigger artists tap in over the course of his short career, but like, did you start? And obviously the label attention must have started pouring in as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't say I don't know how early it was they tapped in, but when they did, it was a storm of everybody. Like, cause once you, like I said, once you meet him, his energy is real genuine, and it's like. It just be stuck with you, like you feel it. So you feel me? I know like once he met a couple people, they was always gonna fuck with him type shit.
Yeah, and that was really, we were having this conversation earlier, but like there was a level to which a lot of people, including like people from New York, when they first heard Welcome to the Party or Dior, they didn't really understand the fucking sound that they were hearing because it was something so different and so new. And I don't know, like a lot of people kind of forget about the fact that like, if you want to really be that huge artist that's gonna fucking change things, you have to do something fundamentally different. And was that something y'all were like conscious of, the fact that there was like a new sound really bubbling up?
Damn, I just say he knew what he had, like, so he just knew, like, yo, I gotta get this out there because the sound is different. Like, it was different, so he knew.
Right. Definitely. So by the time the Dior video came out, what was that transition like? Because by that point, it must have been a totally different level of attention and shit.
It was already Stardom for him. Like, it was just crazy. Like, that's when he come outside, all the kids coming out of school to come see him. They don't give a fuck if school not finished. They come in if they hear Pop Smoke outside. Like, for me, stopping traffic. Like, for me, just regular star shit. Like, for me, walking around, he got the city. So
definitely,
it was crazy.
So you caught a gun charge from that clip though? I forgot to ask. You caught a gun charge when you were running away from the cops at that moment?
Yeah, they charged me with a possession of a weapon, attempt possession of a weapon, and then like 2 assault charges on the officer, and then resisting arrest on the bullshit.
So what happened with all that? How long you sitting there?
I fucking bailed out. Like, I went to the county and shit. I was in the county for like 3 days, and then I bailed out, and then I just fought the case.
And you beat it?
I beat it. I had to cop out to something, but I, like, for me, you could basically say I beat it.
But you didn't.
I ain't had to do no time.
Right.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you beat it?
Cause I had a video. Pop sent me a video of, like, the assaults was the main thing. Cause the attempt possession of a weapon is, I think that's a misdemeanor still. So the assaults on the officers, like, they was really trying to slay me with and shit. But I had a video showing that I didn't hit nobody.
Yeah.
So when I went to court, like, we was fighting and shit, back and forth. Then we presented the video. Then they had to drop the charges, and then they made me cop out to a lesser charge.
Right, because if you had done anything violent to the cops, I mean, in the video, you see everything from you arguing with them to them tackling you. So it's not like you really would have been able to do anything that wasn't on camera.
Yeah, so I had it on video, but it took me a while to get the video. So that's why I was going back and forth to court show. They probably would have bended that, but
that's crazy. I would think that video would be viral as soon as it fucking happened.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. All right, so, like, From your perspective, though, how did you think about what you were doing with your career? Because you have your man's like exploding, and obviously that a lot of good things are coming your way via that too. But like, what was your mentality on how you're gonna approach your music in the face of his shit exploding so fast?
Keep working, cause he never once did what he did, and then like forgot about me type shit. You feel me? And then like whatever he learned, he had just hit me and just tell me like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna front. I was in the office and we was talking about this, so I learned this about the game, so you should try this, or you feel me, like little shit like that. He always kept me in the loop what he was doing, so it was like, I'm gonna just keep working. Eventually, I'll get there. So that's how we attacked it.
That's really interesting because I was hearing that story about how he had a meeting with 50, and he and like 50 thought he was just like talking on his phone or some shit, but he was actually writing notes about the shit 50 was saying to him and shit. So that's really interesting that like he was so aware of the fact that he was around people that he could learn from and shit.
Real aware, like he's smart, like he remember a lot of shit. So you feel me? That shit is crazy with that nigga right there, boy.
Damn. So did you feel like you guys were getting an outrageous amount of attention from the police from early on? Because that was kind of a theme throughout his career as well.
I shit like that's what come with it. So like it ain't really bother us. I can't really speak for him, but from my perspective, it didn't look like it really bothered him because it was like that when niggas wasn't rapping. Like if you known in the hood, police on you. So you gotta think if I become bigger with music, it's gonna be the same shit and it's just gonna grow greater. So
right. But when something happened like the Rolling Loud situation where you got taken off the bill, was that even surprising to you, or was that something that at that point you were kind of expecting that shit to happen?
It was something like an expectation. You just pray for the best. Like, yo, feel me? We hope they don't take bro shit off, or you feel me? He hoping like, nah, I hope they don't take my shit off. But you know, that's what the police do. They trying to stop our money. They don't want to see us win. So it is what it is.
Definitely. So there's like a tricky part in any rapper's life where they start to like really get the attention and shit, but maybe they don't necessarily have like the money to get out of the hood right away. Was it that kind of vibe where it's like you guys are getting way too much attention, but then also it's like, you know, you're still in that area that you came up in?
Nah, I feel like it was just more about comfortability. Like if you comfortable where you at, then you good. But if you feel like you're not comfortable, then I feel like both of us, we was in a position to change our surroundings if that's what niggas wanted. So it's just like if you comfortable in the hood, or if you feel me, then you good there.
Because you were telling me you stay out here now.
Yeah, I stay out here now.
When did you make that decision?
I came out here. I really been out here since like 2017, back and forth.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, a long time.
Why? What were you doing out here in terms of business and shit, or like what made you want to make that move?
Just because since I was younger, like I lived on my own and shit. So me and my dogs, you feel me? We did what we did to get our money up, and then it was like, yo, the crib is kind of cheap out here and shit. Let's just get a crib. We always gonna go back to the hood and shit, but it's like let's get somewhere where we could vacate, like have fun, enjoy where we are and shit like that. But as far as business wise, it took me a while because my problem was I was rapping, but I was still doing like street shit. Like I still, you feel me? I never gave rapping my all. Like as much as I put out a whole bunch of music because making music is easy for me, but I never had the time to really sit down and game plan a situation for myself and shit. It was just like, all right, yo, I'm gonna go to the studio, I'm gonna do these songs, and then I'm shoot the video, I'm gonna go back to the hood, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So it was that type of vibe.
Compare New York to California though, in terms of like the lifestyle. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, everybody talks about LA like it's so crazy, but there's a lot of different parts of California you can live in. They're a lot more laid back than being in the city.
Yeah, hell yeah, and that's what I like about it. Like, for me, you go up north a little bit, and for me, shit is just calm. It's just ain't shit going on. So that's what I like about California. It's really a getaway for me.
Definitely. So, okay, what is stuff like once pop starts like touring and being out here all the time and stuff? Were you just kind of consistently like it's kind of an interesting situation to be in that position? Like, were you just trying to be around and just sap up as much game as possible that you could from the situations that he was ending up in, or what was the thought process?
Yeah, like that, and that was all him. Like he had called me like yo, bro, why you not here, or why you not pulling up on me? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm working, I'm doing. He like, nah, bro, like you for me, you gotta be around. So he wanted that for me, like, yo, come around and learn what you could learn and take it and use it for you. Like whether he in the studio working with another artist, whether he talking about his merch, whether he doing anything, he'd just be like, yo, you feel me? Like, yo, bro, if you could pull up right now so you could see what's going on, so you get the picture. So when it's your time to step in this shit, you ain't gonna be no fool about it.
So was that kind of your thought process, is that you were basically like building something up but you were waiting for the right time to really start going hard with your career?
Yeah,
Obviously putting out videos and like doing your thing, but like in terms of like a more major push or something?
I mean, like, that was always my plan, like, you feel me, just when I got the time to take it serious. But him doing what he did definitely fast forwarded that plan. Like, I was like, oh shit, like, he like, yo, bro, like, you can't play, you gotta do it now. So, and I was on the same time, like, I do gotta do it now, because it's now or never, you feel me? You put us in a position where it's like the opportunity is here for everybody right now. You kicking in the doors for us. So it was like, yeah, let me do what I gotta do right now.
Did he ever tell you, was there any like particular like wisdom or anything he shared with you, like in terms, because he's just like meeting with all the, at this point in his career, he's meeting with so many fucking big name artists and people in the industry and stuff. Like, was there anything in particular that stood out to you in terms of like advice or anything like that?
Damn, we talk so much, it's like, can't remember everything, but it's like, it's just work. Like, he was big on, like, bro, just work. When you not working, work. Like, you feel me? He just keep working. You only gonna get better. So, and that's stuck with me now. Like, I'm a studio junkie now. Like, I always want to just work. If I'm not doing if I'm not in the studio, I need to find a song that just shoot the video to, so I have it in the stash. Or, for me, who I could network with and shit like that. Cause he was heavy on that. Like, yo, bro, just work.
Was it hard for you guys to sort of leave some of the street stuff behind, in terms of, was that like a very real conversation about like, we got to stop doing this, we got to stop doing this, it's too hot for us to be doing this?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was hard, because it's like, we doing street shit, and the outcome we want out of street shit is overall money. So now we getting the money, it ain't hard to leave that shit alone. It's just, you feel me, just stay on alert. Don't lose your street sense, but definitely fall back off of it so you could do what you gotta do, because the object right here is to get more money and become rich.
Appreciate y'all for watching my clip. Make sure you go tune into the full interview right now on No Jumper.